Hey guys, tonight we journey back to the dawn of Japan's warrior era, where samurai clans first took root. Imagine yourself stepping into a misty forest clearing, the air thick with anticipation, as the first armored figures begin to emerge from the shadows of history. You probably won't survive the brutal clan battles that shaped this land, but tonight, you get a front-row seat to the origins of samurai families, their rise from provincial warriors to powerful rulers. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And hey, drop your location and local time in the comments. It's always cool to see where everyone's watching from. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. The samurai clans began to take shape during Japan's Heian period, 794–1185, a time when imperial court culture flourished, but also when regional conflicts brewed beneath the surface. These early samurai weren't the glamorous warriors you see in movies. They were provincial fighters, often hired by aristocrats to protect lands and maintain order far from the court's elegant palaces. Their roles were rough, practical, and sometimes ruthless. The word samurai itself comes from the Japanese verb saburao, meaning to serve, highlighting their original role as servants to powerful nobles. Over time, these warriors grew in influence, consolidating their power into clans. The most famous early clans include the Minamoto and the Taira, whose rivalry would ignite the epic Genpei War. But life for these early samurai clans was harsh and unforgiving. They wore armor made from small iron plates laced together with leather cords, a design called oyoroi. This armor allowed mobility through dense forests and rugged terrain, which was essential for their guerrilla-style warfare. The oyoroi also became a symbol of status. The elaborate lacquer and silk cords indicated a samurai's wealth and clan affiliation. Historians still argue whether these early samurai were more mercenary or loyal retainers. But what is clear is their evolution from mere provincial guards to a distinct warrior class that would dominate Japan for centuries. Remember that these early warriors laid the foundation for the intricate social and military systems that defined samurai culture. They weren't just fighters, they were clan leaders, strategists, and eventually rulers in their own right. As you settle deeper into the story, picture the shifting design of samurai armor over the centuries, evolving not just for protection but as a statement of identity and power. The armor of the early Heian period gradually transformed to meet the demands of changing warfare, climate, and style each era, leaving its unique mark on the samurai silhouette. The oyoroi, with its large shoulder guards and boxy shape, was perfect for mounted archers but cumbersome in close combat. By the Kamakura period, 1185–1333, when warfare intensified during the rise of the shogunate, armor became more streamlined. The Dumaru style appeared lighter and wrapping around the body more closely, allowing samurai greater agility in battle. You can almost hear the clink of iron plates shifting as warriors moved swiftly through forests and battlefields. The materials used evolved as well. Iron plates, lacquer, leather, silk cords, all combined in intricate craftsmanship. Lacquer served a practical purpose by protecting metal from rusting, but it also added aesthetic appeal, making each suit a piece of art. Different clans often had distinctive color schemes or motifs, signaling their allegiance at a glance. One of the most striking parts of samurai armor is the kabuto or helmet. Its crest, called a maedate, was often elaborately designed, sometimes resembling fierce animals, mythical creatures, or clan symbols. These crests were more than decoration. They were psychological weapons designed to intimidate foes on the battlefield. Imagine the eerie sight of a battalion of samurai helmets gleaming under the sun, each crowned with unique, fearsome crests. Historians still debate how standardized these designs were across regions and clans. Some evidence suggests that local materials and techniques influenced armor construction, resulting in subtle but important variations. This regional diversity added layers to samurai identity. Wearing armor wasn't just about protection, but about expressing heritage and pride. By the late 15th century, the Sengoku period, constant warfare spurred further innovations, including the use of more flexible plates and lighter materials, as well as the incorporation of firearms-inspired elements. Samurai armor wasn't static. It was a living tradition adapting to the times. Remember, behind every piece of armor was a story of a clan's status, its history, and its fighting spirit. And while samurai armor protected the body, it also shielded a warrior's honor, which was just as vital in the heat of battle. Now, as you lean in closer, let's explore the deep symbolism woven into every samurai clan's uniform, the colors, crests, and motifs that told stories without a single word spoken. Imagine standing before a sea of warriors, their armor flashing in the sunlight, each design a silent roar of identity and heritage. The samurai clans used family crests called mon, one, unique emblems that functioned like medieval logos. These mon appeared on armor, banners, clothing, and even household items, a constant reminder of allegiance and lineage. Some designs were simple, like the 3 hollyhock leaves of the Tokugawa clan, while others were elaborate, depicting cranes, dragons, or geometric patterns. Colors held powerful meanings. Red, for example, symbolized courage and strength. Clans like the Takeda famously donned red armor to strike fear into enemies and inspire their own troops. Black lacquered armor, polished to a shine, signified sophistication and calm authority, often favored by leaders wanting to project control and dignity. Motifs also spoke to spiritual beliefs. Dragons represented power and protection, while cranes symbolized longevity and good fortune. Some samurai even incorporated Buddhist imagery or Shinto symbols into their gear, blending martial prowess with religious faith. The choice of colors and designs wasn't just about vanity or intimidation, it was a psychological tactic in warfare. Unified warriors under a common banner, boosting morale and reinforcing loyalty. A well-recognized crest on the battlefield could rally troops or sow confusion among foes unsure of who stood before them. Historians still argue about how strictly these symbols were regulated. While some clans maintained strict control over their mon and colors, others were more flexible, allowing vassals to personalize their armor to some extent. This balance between unity and individuality added a complex layer to samurai identity. And remember, these symbols survived beyond the battlefield. They became family heirlooms, worn proudly in ceremonies, and eventually immortalized in art and culture, linking generations of samurai through shared heritage. So when you see a samurai's armor, think of it as a tapestry of stories woven from clan history, spiritual beliefs, and the unspoken code of honor that defined Japan's warrior class. As you stay with me, let's dive into the stories behind some of the most famous samurai clans and the distinctive gear that set them apart. Think of this as a journey through time and tradition, where each clan's armor and uniform were not just practical but emblematic of their unique legacy. The Minamoto clan, famous for founding the Kamakura shogunate, often wore armor that balanced functionality with elegance. Their designs emphasized mobility, with the Oyuroi style prominent in their earlier days. Minamoto warriors were known to favor colors like deep blue and black, which symbolized loyalty and strength. Opposing them, the Terra clan had their own flair, They preferred armor with intricate gold embellishments, demonstrating their wealth and status at court. Their uniforms featured the use of vibrant reds and whites, colors associated with valor and purity in Japanese culture. The Tera's ceremonial helmets were often adorned with striking crests that showcased their noble lineage. The Hojo clan, who effectively ruled as regents during the Kamakura period, adopted armor styles that reflected both practicality and the austere samurai ideal. Their gear was less ornate but crafted for efficiency, using darker lacquers and minimal decoration. The Hojomon, a distinctive triple-bar design, was proudly displayed on their armor and banners. Moving into the Muromachi period, the Ashikaga clan rose to prominence. Their armor combined earlier styles with new influences, showing signs of evolving battlefield tactics. Ashikaga warriors were known for wearing layered armor that balanced protection and agility. The clan's emblem, a stylized cross within a circle, was a symbol of their political authority. Other clans, like the Takeda, famous for their fierce cavalry, donned vivid red armor, the Red Devils, as their enemies called them. This bold color was both a psychological weapon and a mark of honor. The Takeda's gear also included distinctive helmets with sweeping horns, enhancing their imposing battlefield presence. Each clan's uniform wasn't just about warfare. It was a statement of identity, culture, and ambition. These differences helped samurai recognize allies and foes instantly and reinforced the pride each warrior held for their heritage. Historians still debate how much cross-influence there was between clans in terms of armor design. Some argue that competitive rivalry drove innovation, while others believe regional resources and craftsmanship played a bigger role. In any case, these legendary clans left behind more than battles. They left us a rich visual and cultural legacy embodied in their armor and uniforms. Now, let's step beyond the battlefield armor and explore the everyday clothing and ceremonial wear of samurai garments that revealed much about their social status, cultural values, and personal identity. Imagine walking through a bustling castle town, where samurai moved gracefully in finely crafted robes, their armor replaced by silk and cotton, yet no less symbolic. The kimono, a long robe with wide sleeves, was the foundational garment for samurai outside of combat. Unlike the armor's rigid structure, the kimono allowed ease of movement and comfort. Samurai kimonos often featured the family crest, or mon, embroidered on the back or sleeves, subtly proclaiming allegiance even in peace. Colors and fabric quality varied widely, with higher-ranking samurai sporting luxurious silks dyed in rich hues like crimson, indigo, or emerald green. Complementing the kimono was the hakama, wide pleated trousers that offered both style and practicality. Originally, hakama helped samurai ride horses without hindrance, but over time they became formal, where signifying rank and respectability. Certain patterns or colors could indicate a samurai's clan or region, serving as visual cues within social settings. Underneath, samurai wore undergarments called nagajubin, typically made of lightweight fabrics to protect the outer kimono from sweat and wear. During colder seasons, layering was common, incorporating haori jackets or padded coats known as katazome. Ceremonial attire was even more elaborate. For grand occasions like court meetings or religious rites, samurai donned sokutai robes richly embroidered with auspicious symbols such as cranes, dragons, or waves. These garments projected not just status but spiritual protection and good fortune. Historians still debate how strictly sumptuary laws governed samurai dress, especially during turbulent periods. While regulations aimed to maintain social hierarchy, samurai often found creative ways to express individuality within constraints. Interestingly, samurai clothing also influenced fashion beyond the warrior class. Many elements seeped into commoner styles, bridging social divides subtly. Remember, while armor protected the body in battle, samurai clothing protected social identity and honor in daily life. Together, these garments wove the complex tapestry of samurai culture, a blend of martial prowess and refined tradition. As the sun rises over misty battlefields and the clang of steel echoes through the valleys, samurai uniforms took on a role far beyond mere protection. It became tools of psychological warfare and crucial for battlefield identification. Picture a chaotic melee, where the difference between friend and foe could mean life or death, and the colors and crests on armor served as a vital compass amidst the storm. Clans employed vivid colors, bold patterns, and towering helmets to intimidate enemies and inspire their own forces. For example, the crimson armor of the Takeda clan not only symbolized valor but struck fear into opponents who called them the Red Devils. Helmets often featured exaggerated crest shorns, wings, or fierce animals that made samurai appear larger than life, an ancient form of battlefield theater. Flags and banners emblazoned with clan mon fluttered above, rallying troops and demoralizing the enemy. The visual spectacle was a form of communication. Signals for movement, formation changes, or retreats were conveyed through colors and symbols easily spotted amid dust and chaos. Interestingly, some clans used uniform similarities to deceive foes, creating confusion about troop movements. This tactic underlines how uniforms weren't just about pride, they were strategic assets. Historians debate the extent to which these psychological tactics affected battle outcomes, but there's no doubt samurai uniforms played a significant role in the martial culture. Uniforms also reinforced loyalty, uniting warriors under a shared identity that was crucial during long and brutal campaigns. Moreover, the uniforms differentiated ranks. Higher-ranking samurai had more ornate armor and crests, making them visible targets for both allies and enemies, while lower-ranked warriors wore simpler gear. This hierarchy was vital for command and control. Outside battle, uniforms maintained social order, signaling status and respect within samurai society. The weight of the armor carried the weight of responsibility, each piece a reminder of duty to clan and honor. So, in the chaos of medieval warfare, samurai uniforms were much more than metal and cloth. They were a blend of art, strategy, and identity, crafting a warrior's presence both feared and revered. As the echoes of samurai battles fade into history, their legacy remains vivid not only in Japan's cultural memory but also in modern martial arts, fashion, and popular media. Imagine a world where centuries-old armor designs inspire everything from contemporary movies to cutting-edge cosplay, and where clan crests adorn everything from company logos to family heirlooms. The influence of samurai uniforms extends into traditional martial arts like kendo and aikido, where practitioners wear clothing that echoes the robes and armor of their warrior ancestors. These uniforms carry a sense of discipline and respect, linking practitioners to the samurai code of honor, or bushido, that guided warriors long ago. In fashion, elements of samurai attire such as hakama pants and kimono sleeves have been reimagined by designers worldwide, blending history with modern aesthetics. This fusion reflects an enduring fascination with the samurai's blend of elegance and strength. Cinematic portrayals have cemented samurai images in global consciousness, often romanticizing their armor and uniforms. While not always historically accurate, these representations spark curiosity and reverence, encouraging deeper exploration of samurai history and culture. Museums across Japan and internationally preserve authentic samurai armor, offering glimpses into craftsmanship, artistry, and the societal roles these warriors held. These exhibits help demystify the samurai, revealing them as complex figures balancing warfare, honor, and culture. Historians still debate the extent of samurai influence on modern Japanese identity, but there's no doubt their uniforms symbolize more than military might. They embody values of loyalty, resilience, and artistry. Remember, the samurai story is not frozen in time. It lives on, evolving through reinterpretation and homage, connecting us to a past that shaped Japan's soul. So next time you see a samurai helmet or a family crest, think of the centuries of tradition, battle, and culture woven into those symbols, a legacy that continues to inspire.